What we do here is go back, 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 back.
That's my good
Yo,
questions.
yo, yo. All right. So, welcome to Extra Time. Yeah,
Extra
where we
time.
discuss and explore topics within the footballing world that we
Mm-hmm.
have a personal interest in, and we just
Mm.
want to converse about it. We just want to chat about it. So make
Just
sure
want
you
to chat
comment,
about
like, and subscribe, and follow us on the socials. Boom.
Instagram, Twitter, all of that.
So, Sean, what do you want to chat about?
My extra time topic this week is I forgot. Where's my extra time topic?
I love that start, like just like that. I believe you wanted to talk about the ones that I don't rely on me because I'm building time, yeah.
Yeah,
So you wanted to
yeah.
talk about
About
that thing,
yeah,
that thing that people do
yeah. That thing
when
that people do when they play football.
yeah, and
Yeah.
then it
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
becomes
Yeah.
an issue.
No. Yeah. I see how. And do you know what the issue was?
What-
Was when Roy Keane and Jamie Carragher, no, not Jamie Redknapp, were arguing, and Roy Keane started
Yeah,
talking about how being an international does not make you a good player.
exactly.
That's the away
That's
games
what you
topic
wanted
for
to.
today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
is
that I think it is a really interesting question because again,
is
with my friend who supports Chelsea,
mm,
him saying that like he was bare criticizing Man United, and I was talking about Chelsea's international players, and I was saying that makes you a good player, but it doesn't necessarily make you world class, of course not. But
mhm.
being an international, regardless of the nation, to be honest, in my opinion, it makes you a certain level, like a certain standard. So for instance, yeah, I was like, okay, you got
Are you sure about that?
Christensen, you got Rudiger, um, like okay, no, not Rudiger because Germany are a top nation, but Christensen, he's an international for his nation. They might not be like
Mm.
amazing
Do
when it
you know?
comes,
Yeah,
yeah,
for example, just filling with that knowledge, to be an international, you just have to earn a passport in certain countries. For example,
and be a certain
Zimbabwe.
level, bruv. What do you mean?
No, I promise you, any money I could go today and I could be in the Zimbabwean international team. Whether that's goalkeeper or on the bench, I'm still an international. Doesn't make me a good baller.
Okay, I think when you talk about international, I mean like ones that qualify for the World Cup or the Euros.
Okay, cool. Let's shorten that bracket and make it be a case of like Euros, even like African Cup of Nations. So like the big leagues within their nations.
Yeah, big teams in their continent.
And then yeah,
Yeah,
continent, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. Wow, man said nations.
It gets like that still.
It
No, but
happens.
okay, no. Even Europe, because most of the people that play in the Premier League are from Europe. So Europe
Yeah.
or South America. Like even if you want to go,
Mhm.
if we talk about internationals in the Prem, those are really where we're talking about. We're not really talking about anywhere else apart from like some parts of Africa. So
Mm.
and USA. So
Yeah.
like yeah, with that being said, if you're international, like you're gonna be a certain level, like certain caliber of player. You're gonna be good. Like they
You're
wouldn't
gonna be a
choose you.
certain kind of no, I don't think you have to be good because even still with England, Eric Dyer, there is no team in the Premier League that I can tell you I'd rather have Eric Dyer over. That I'd rather have instead of Eric Dyer in any position in centre back or defensive mid.
So
Today's Eric Dyer. Today's
wait.
Eric Dyer.
You mean there's no person that you'd have Eric Dyer over?
Yeah.
So like Sheffield United centre backs, like the team that have the worst record in Premier League history, you
But then
wouldn't.
the thing is I can imagine him there and he'd be captain there.
Yeah,
But
he
then
should be.
if you think about a team like Fulham, would he be there? Brighton, would you have him or Lewis Dunk?
I probably have
Pause
Dyer
it, pause
still.
it, pause it, pause it, pause
Yeah,
it, pause it, pause it, pause it.
same.
Yeah,
Then
go. Yeah, if you could tell me to choose between Eric Dyer and Lewis Dunk, I'd choose Lewis Dunk. I think Lewis Dunk is more solid of a defender than Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer makes so many mistakes.
no, but you need to know the position that he's in. No, the like pressure position that he's in compared to Lewis Dunk. So
Okay.
like the amount of pressure that Lewis Dunk will be like receiving each game would actually
Mm.
be more than Dyer because like they will have less possession. You know what I'm saying? They'll
Mhm.
get more shots and
Yeah,
like attacks against
yeah,
them. So he's likely to concede more goals than
mhm,
Dyer, innit? But
yeah,
that because Dyer's not going to be facing that much pressure, the concentration is harder to be on. Like, but he needs that concentration to be on for him
mhm,
to look good
yeah,
for his team. Whereas if he
yeah.
was at Lewis Dunk's club, then I think he'll be doing better. He'll be doing much better.
Yeah, I don't. I struggle to see it because again, if we're taking that whole, let's just take the whole Tottenham squad because obviously that's the argument. Was the Tottenham versus Man United squad is is when you're looking at those two teams, right?
Mm,
Those two teams are both full of internationals. Some
mm,
play for England, some play for other countries. For
mm,
example, Wan-Bissaka
mm.
is not playing at the moment for England, not even being
True,
called up.
true.
Does that not make him? Does that mean he's not a good player?
No, no, no. It's a competition.
International, yeah, international doesn't make you a good player. Sometimes it genuinely is just favoritism. The international, if the coach likes you more than another player,
I think
you're
it
more
does make
likely to
you a
get
good
picked.
player, though. It might not make you the best, but I think it
Yeah,
definitely makes you a good player. I think, like, I get where Keane was coming from, but I think there's levels, though. There are levels. Like,
no, I don't think so.
there definitely is favoritism in the sense that if you're playing for a big club like
Hmm.
Southgate or like whoever your national team manager is, they're likely to choose you because of the reputation and the pressure that you're going to be under, and you have to be a
Yeah.
certain mindset and quality to like withhold or upstand that pressure. But
Mm.
when it comes to like, I don't know, let's say um so Jay Lings, he's been an international. Obviously, he's not really in England right now, but um he goes to West Ham and he's their best player. And like all the players around him, like they'll be looking at and thinking, okay, he's been at a World Cup, like he's won Europa League kind of thing. Like these players have never done that. Like,
Mm.
do you know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
the perspective is he's an international. That's all it is. He's not like he's not Man United's best player, but he's an
Mm.
international. And a lot of
Mm.
those men at West Ham can't say that, but he's their best player. So
I get what
that's what I
you.
mean. Same with
I
Rice.
understand that, but then even still, like taking West Ham is Suchek is international as well.
Their good players are going to be internationals. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, but it's a weird one because there's all effective players, and they might not be international. So, like
For example,
Antonio,
even like I'll take another player, Grealish. How long has it taken for Grealish to break into the England squad?
yeah, but do you know what? Okay, the youth doesn't count. But he was in like the under so and so for
Mm.
time. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but then same as Nketiah. Nketiah is top scorer in the under 21s or
Exactly.
something like that. But in the
So
Premier League, can't even score an empty goal. It it doesn't necessarily make you a good. Obviously, like you said, the youth don't count. So we're not counting the youth. We're just talking about international,
yeah,
like playing for England, playing
yeah. But
for.
Grealish is an international. So do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's only becoming international this season after how long people have been saying that he's probably one of England's best playmakers.
No, but he was in the championship 2 seasons ago. Like I
Yeah, but that's
he
what I'm
still
saying.
had that talent, but he just
Yeah,
he wasn't seen.
exactly, and that's what I mean. Is like
Well, he was because he was in the youth, but
he
yeah,
was still a very good player. Because again, okay, go back 2 years ago. Fair enough. I would say that Dele Alli 2 years ago was better than. Wouldn't say
no,
better, but maybe more well known. That's what I
exactly. Yeah,
said.
he definitely
He
was
was
more.
more well known than Grealish was 2 years ago, and
Yeah,
that's probably why he was England's creative midfielder or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
But fast forward to now, you wouldn't pick Ali over Grealish,
yeah. But but
even.
this isn't
But
like they're both internationals though. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
When I think of
Hmm.
international, I'm like people that have had players that have had a good amount of time in national team.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
so Delhi or Grealish or whoever, if they go to another team, like they're gonna if the team is above a certain standard, like let's say okay, other than the top six, if you're going to like the eighth place team or the ninth place team, you're gonna be expected to make an impact as an international. Same with the only clubs that international doesn't stand a big weight is like the likes of Man United, Man City, Liverpool, like do you know what I'm saying? These
Hmm.
teams, but that's the bare minimum. Like you're
Hmm.
expected to be an international if you're going to those
National,
clubs.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what I mean. There's a certain standard that being an international, that's what. But I get the point. Like
Mm,
there's some people who don't play for their nation, but
mm.
they're good. They're better than some people who do play for their
People that
nation.
play with the
But
nation, yeah,
I think that's the standard
yeah,
is, bruv,
yeah.
how are you
But
not
I think,
playing for your nation and playing for flipping
mm,
the biggest clubs? It doesn't make sense.
but then I think that's where Jamie Redknapp's point was off key, is when he was like, these players are outstanding, they're internationals. Waking was like,
I don't
what does
think he
that
said
mean?
they were outstanding though. I
He said
like
they
how
were
it got.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he
I
said they were
like
good.
how it got
He said they
heated,
were
but
good. He
they
said they were
weren't
great.
saying he wasn't outstanding though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
When
mean?
we said they were good, they were great. And he was like, they're internationals as a reason as to why people should respect them for that. That's
I,
not a respect factor. Just
I
because
think
you
it is,
played,
you know.
I don't think so. I think because of the fact, because you play for your club week in, week out,
Yeah.
I think that's where you should be judged on. How many trophies have you won? You played international football, but you got no trophies. That doesn't make you a great player. Players like David Beckham, when history passes, yes, he's going to be known for his time in England, but he's going to be known for his time in Man United more so than his time in England.
Not really. Not necessarily.
You don't
No.
think so?
No. Like he
Wow.
got like England to qualify. Like he scored some real important get goals. Like, and that's how you get
Mm-hmm.
the heart of the country as well. Like for your nation. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but even aside from that, like Jamie, like if we think about who is good, yeah, and then we think about like who is a national player in their team, like you should be able to who you think about who's a national player for their team and who's good, like it should be synonymous, right? And when you go to like I don't know West Ham or something like that, and you think about players who have talent but they're not really playing for the national team, and you can see why, like they're either too inconsistent or whatever it may
Mm-hmm.
be. Then you can be like, okay, yeah, they're not international standard. International is almost like a
Okay,
cup.
do you know
Like
what?
it's like
I
it's
get,
not it's like a trophy. That's why they call it caps.
yeah,
Cause every international appearance is an achievement. Like
actual cap, yeah, yeah.
yeah, you're rewarded for being good enough that you're
Mm,
called up for your country. So it's
mm,
like a trophy. It's
yeah.
like, do you know what I mean?
Don't get. I agree with that to an extent. To an extent, and I get what you mean is that to be able to play for England or Brazil or whatever, you have to be the best in Brazil. You have to
Mm,
be the best in England to be able to play for those teams. You don't get to be in that place without being the best.
yeah.
But what I don't agree with is the fact of thinking that just because somebody is an international, that they
Mm,
are a good player. There are
mm.
so many players that
I
are
guess it's
better
a
than some of these
generic
players that are
generalization.
not. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so many players that are good that may not be an international level just because they haven't been seen or recognized yet. For example, even Sancho,
Mm.
he's been
But he's
since
an
Since
international.
he started at Dortmund, he's been balling out. But it wasn't until his name got the buzz that he became the international. But that talent
Mm.
was always there.
Yeah, you're
It's
right.
not like
But
that
at the
tells
same
you,
time, that talent might have been there, but it wasn't proven. And I think that's
yeah,
part of it. Like internationals
mm,
are proven. Do you know? It's and
mm.
because you can have that talent, but because English clubs might not want to bring through the youth
Do you know
so
what?
young because they don't trust them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Another thing that I could take is not saying he's a dead baller because he's sick, but Bale,
Mm.
he's an absolute baller, but he can go to Madrid, not play for a year, and still be called up for Wales
Yeah.
just
It's
because of who
exactly.
he. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I mean. Is like
Uh,
he hasn't had a good season. He hasn't proven himself. He hasn't earned that spot. He's
But
just given it because of the
no,
fact
he has to. No,
he's
he like over the time, like he's still Wales' best player. He's their talisman. They
yeah,
look to him like,
yeah.
and but that's what the with him. Yeah, a lot of people were saying like
Even
it's
Ramsey's the
weird because
same.
even when he wasn't playing well for Real Madrid, he would be going to Euro qualifications and still banging in goals left, right, and centre for Wales.
Mm,
So it was a bit of a
mm.
weird one, you know.
But even Ramsey's the same as well. Is that they literally just get caught up. They are when you call these teams, it doesn't matter what they're doing at their club level, they're just caught up because
Yeah,
even the talent pool for Wales isn't that great for them to be able to be like, okay,
true.
let's try something
But
else.
I also think it's because they have that state. It's weird. International reputation works for internationals. Like they've had that time in Wales for long enough that they're a trusted international. So even if they're not playing well now for their club, it's like they are internationals. So you come to your country and do your thing. So once you have that, regular appearance for your country, you just have that trust factor in it. Like you're a professional, you'll get the job done that needs to be done. So yeah, man. I don't can you gave the example of Wan-Bissaka, which was a good one, but like, can you think of a player in a team that's like less than a big six that isn't playing for their national team, but that
Isn't
should
or has never.
never. Either,
Okay.
either.
Because if you're gonna say isn't, I'll say Jamie Vardy.
Oh yeah. Okay, has never. Yeah, because he's had a good run with
Yeah.
England. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah. So he has played for England, and obviously he stopped playing for England because he wasn't getting picked.
yeah, exactly. But exactly,
Um,
that's the thing. If he put himself forward, he would probably
mhm.
still get picked. So that one's in his hands. What?
Even
How many?
Danny Ings, for example, even Danny Ings last season, how many goals did he bang? And
He's been injured so
he's
through
still
his
not
career.
in contention. He's still not in
Yeah,
contention to
he's
play
been
for
injured
England.
for his whole career. That's why, man. Bro, I'll be real. Like that's why his quality is there.
Hmm.
Like I'm sure he would have been picked. But
Who else can I think of that hasn't played for England?
like okay, out of the strikers, like how many
Mm,
do you get? You get like 5 maybe or 4 in
mm.
a like England squad.
And the team,
So
yeah,
so yeah, Kane. Then say there's 3 others or 4 others, whatever.
Tammy. At the moment it's Kane, Tammy. I don't even know who else they've got as a
But
striker.
I'm
They've
saying
got
if
a lot of
Vardy
forwards
wanted
that
to,
can
Vardy
deliver.
would.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
what I
don't think
mean?
so. I don't think he picked Vardy.
But they're 3 different types though, at least. Like you would
Yeah.
only not pick Vardy if there was someone like him that was better.
Hmm.
But there isn't. Like he's not like
Yeah.
Kane. He's not
Hmm.
like Tammy. So I don't know. Yeah, it's all
Um.
hypothetical. We don't know.
It is what happened. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's something that's in like Wan-Bissaka's obviously was the best example. Luke Shaw's played international but hasn't played there for a time now.
Yeah. But he will
Um,
he'll get back.
he will get there one day. Perfect example,
Probably.
Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire does not deserve to be an England cap right now.
What? He does. Oh, captain.
No, let's stop it. Yeah.
Wait,
No,
captain.
to be out there. To be out there.
To just be a defender in England. Bro,
Uh,
he's
Harry
England's best
Maguire doesn't
defender
deserve it.
by a mile
John
away.
Stones. John
Oh
Stones
yeah, he's
is
had a resurgence, yeah. But
John
okay.
Stones. Who else is
You're
even
basing
another
that off
good
the
English
last
defender?
like 4 months or whatever.
No, the last couple of seasons. John Stones
John
has been
Stones.
improving John Stones has been improving.
I
People are
saw.
trying to cap.
What are you on about?
No, okay, fair enough. John Stones when he first came wasn't the greatest, but
Nah,
season after season
not many
he
people are
has
gonna
improved.
agree with you. I
This
put in the comments.
this is his this is his best season by far. But last season was better than the season when he first joined City. He has improved under Guardiola. Even Michael Keane.
Last season they were dreadful.
Michael Keane.
What about him? You think he's better than
Overall,
Maguire?
yeah.
No, they're not. None of them are better than Maguire. I'll be real.
Okay, what does
Like
Maguire have that they don't?
aerial ability, passing,
Okay, no. Stones. Stones is better passer than him.
nah, he's not. Maybe he's equal or so. So,
But then, okay, do you know
but
what? Yeah,
even bringing the
like you
ball
said,
out from the
okay,
back,
do you
Maguire
know what?
good.
I'll give you one thing is that okay, fair.
His aerial
John
ability is the main
Stones,
thing.
John Stones this season has really resurged,
Yeah.
and if he doesn't get picked for the Euros this year,
No, he definitely will. It'll be him and Maguire.
it should be Maguire, and Keane should be there as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying as the 2 centre backs, like Maguire doesn't miss a ball in the air. Like that alone, his aerial ability is
Very
a
vital.
game
Yeah,
changer in a way. Like
yeah.
he's just not gonna miss a ball in the air. So
Mm.
crosses coming in, whatever it may be, that's so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Having a USP, having that like X factor, like in some capacity, is useful, man. Like John Stones he seems to be good at a lot of stuff this season, but I guess he's a ball playing defender, so that's his.
Trying to think of other English centre backs. I'm trying to go through the
Bro,
whole of the Premier League.
I'm not even saying Maguire should be there because he's so amazing. No, by no means. I'm saying, brother, it's England's centre backs. So of course,
But
there's not much.
But I
Like,
promise you, Eric Dyer will be there. Why Eric Dyer is there, I don't know, but Eric Dyer will be there.
yeah, but I think he should though. Like, okay, if we got like a choice of 5 centre backs, like, I think he should. Yeah.
No. I think if we have a choice of 5 centre backs, I pick. Funny, even though I just cussed him, Harry Maguire, Michael Keane, John Stones,
Yeah.
Rob Holding,
Really.
and
Fair enough.
okay, do you know what? After that, I can't think of any of us.
I
So
think
maybe
five
just chuck in
five
Eric
is
Dyer.
about right. Yeah, 5 is about right.
Yeah.
Rob Holding's issue is injuries, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man.
And obviously the fact that he's not playing at the moment as well could work against him.
Yeah, true.
Um,
Yeah. Fair. Another thing I wanted to go through in extra time was England's
Mm.
attack. And so we just gone through centre backs, yeah. So
Mm.
with the emergence of of flipping Phil Foden, so and yeah, Grealish in the last like 5-6 months or whatever. Who do you think starts in the 4-3-3, like in the front three, or even if it's a 3-4-3? Like how do you get Foden in the system basically? Like so it might be a
Foden.
three because could be two like eights or whatever, and then
Yeah.
he's one of them. Do you know what I mean? Like
I
what's
think
your attacking line?
I think for me with those three is
Front four.
the defensive mid has to be Declan Rice. He's got that spot and he's just hogging it at
Yeah,
the
cool.
moment.
Just the attack,
And
just the front four, fam.
then the front four.
Like so,
Front four,
like 4-3-3 or maybe
4-3-3.
4-2-3-1. Like, do you know what I mean? Like
Okay, let's go 4-3-3. Let's go 4-3-3. But I'm only going one defensive mid, only because I think England have the potential to play Grealish and Mount, or Grealish and Foden, or Foden and Mount. I think England this year.
Yeah,
at
no,
the Euros
I
should
think they
go for it.
could, but one of them if they do Grealish and Foden, then like one of them's on the wing, bro. Like I don't see them being 2 8s. That's wild. That's so undisciplined. Like yeah, like with Mount, yeah, but not yeah.
Yeah, that's something as a like, because then the thing is with the wings of England now, this is where you have another problem
That's
because
what I'm.
you've got
Alright,
Rashford, Sancho, Sterling.
let me let you speak.
Wait, who else do you have? You have more than that. You got Cho. I think
I don't
Hudson-Odoi
think
deserves a
he'll
call up.
I
don't
like
think
him
he'll
a
go,
lot,
but I think he deserves a call up.
but we
if
got too
he
many
doesn't
already,
go,
though, bruv.
if he doesn't go, then I think that's where Foden could take it. He could be the fourth winger.
I think it will be Foden.
But then the thing is as well is when I think about how City play in the middle, Foden is dangerous.
No, but the thing
His
is,
late
he's
runs
not
into
that trustworthy as of yet. That's what Pep said, because his positional sense is still like immature, which is natural, but he will still get you a goal. He'll get you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And that's
but
why I think that I would prefer him in front of goal, because that's why I think he can really dictate the tempo and be playing those cute balls.
every time we say take the tempo, we have to
The
do the
tempo.
dance. That's the away
Okay.
games thing. That's what we do on
That's
this show.
the
Anytime you bring up dictate the tempo,
dictate the tempo.
pass the ball, move the ball.
Pass the ball. Match it. Get it back. Pass it. Look up. Pass it. That's away game dictating the tempo.
The away game starts.
I genuinely think I prefer to have him in the middle because I think Grealish is more disciplined than him. So that's why I would have Foden and Grealish, because I feel like Grealish, although would want to go forward. And the thing is, both of them can play winger and both of them can play in the midfield.
Exactly, yeah. But I don't think they should both do that at the same time. So if one plays in the midfield and one plays on the wing and vice versa.
But you're right.
Wait, no. Okay, so let's say Kane is your focal point, yeah. I'm assuming so, maybe not, but let's say it's that. Then you've got what 4-3-3. So what is your 2 wide and 2 center midfield?
So my 2 wide, I'd have to have Sterling on the left. I can't not pick Sterling. Shout out Sterling.
Okay.
He's resurgence, and I can't lie to you. On the right, I'm have to go for Rashford.
Okay.
I like Rashford a lot. I think Rashford is ball. Oh, but then do you know what I like as wingers? Yeah, I like wingers that can cut back in. So that's why I would put Foden on the wing. And then coming in, I'd have Raheem on the left, Foden on the right, Kane in the middle. Then I had Grealish and Mount.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, let me tell you what I'll do. Yeah. So, Foden's really staking a claim, but let's see if it lasts though, because a lot of people, especially the media in England, love to hype up a player that's coming through, emerging. So, I don't think.
No, I lied. How can I even forget? Bakayo's in there as well.
Starting, really.
Bakayo's in that question as well, because Foden and Bukayo
I
at
think
the
he'll be
moment
used as left back. I'll be real, or left wing back.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's jarring. But yeah, Karen is. Yeah, no, you go.
So I don't see it being Cho or Greenwood's time. Like I think it's too soon for them, and I'm thinking about depth. But anyway, yeah, if we were to play a 4-3-3, then I believe, yeah, that the 2 8s would be Mount on the right and Grealish in the center. No, this is what I want it to be, because I think Mount's got enough industry energy to get up and down. And I think, yeah, with Rice holding, you can have, Grealish on the left of that, yeah. And then you got, for me, like Rashi on the left. Like, I just think he's incredible on the left. And then you got to have Sterling on the right. Like, Sterling's someone who can play on the right. Rashford can't really play on the right. He's not as effective. And one thing that I realized, so that's a 4-3-3. If it was a 3-4-3, which we like to play, so I guess, there's like less of an option. I think Mount and Rice could run that centre midfield. Mount and Rice can run the centre midfield. Then I think Grealish on the left, not wing back. That would be like Saka or someone, but the left of the front three, Grealish, Kane, and then like
Actually, I want to change my team.
Sterling on the right, or maybe Sancho. But basically, one thing that I've realised, is that I think Sancho's better on the left, and it's a weird one because Man United, sorry to bring it back, like we've been calling out for a right winger for so long, like to hold it, someone who can really hold that right hand side, and Sancho can do a sick job. But I noticed since like Hakimi was gone, like he hasn't had that overlapping from the right wing back at Dortmund. And he obviously had a slow start to the season. He's had a mad resurgence. Like, that's my guy. He's got like the youngest Bundesliga player under to get to 50 assists. Yeah. But since his resurgence, he's been playing on the left. And although it's a kind of like a free role, like he plays on the left and right, he's been starting on the left majority of the time and just takes on every man. So my point is, like, if I wanted to play Sancho, I'd play him on the left for England. But yeah, so anyway, it'll be Grealish, Kane, Sterling.
I can't even lie to you. You tricked me because you told me you probably had Kane up front. No, I wouldn't have Kane up front, because for me, Sterling down the middle. I would have Sancho on the right, and either Saka or Foden on the left, and then or have Rashford up front. Those would be the way that I would have that game. Bro, Sterling up front, has scored goals for City. Sterling up front has scored goals for City.
What are you doing to me, bro? What are you doing?
Sterling up front has scored goals for City. But I would genuinely huh? No, I don't care about Kane no more.
No, but it's not about you're using not bias. I don't know what it is.
No.
It's some sort of, it's not even a grudge. I don't even know what it is.
Do you know what it is? I do like Kane, but I think, do you know what it is? For me, when it comes to that front three,
you want it.
I think England need pace.
Yeah, but you need someone to supply the pace. So that's why you have two wingers, like who are pacey, and then you have a focal point who can like slip them in. Or even if you can even have one pacey winger and then one like who's like a Foden. You can have a Foden who's slightly more creative, or even a Sancho, to be fair. Then have Sterling and or Rashford on the other side, or you have like on the other side you can have a Grealish, and then you have Sterling or Sancho on the other side. Like balance.
I could put Sterling in the middle. I'd have Jaden on the right, Saka or Foden on the left, and then you can bring Rashford in, because you're just getting a lot of like that front three would cause you havoc, because you're just going 1 minute you're gonna be marking Sterling, next minute he's on the wing. Where's Rashford? He's in the box winning a header.
But it's not really that though, because they're all running. You can't all be runners. You have to have like an orchestrator. So like if they're all running, then no one's gonna get it to them. So the defenders don't need to mark them.
The reason why I say that I'd want to have them there is because I think when you're now talking about who's behind them, which is Foden, Grealish or Mount, I think they have the potential to pick them out. I think that England have that kind of talent to take those kind of risks.
You didn't say those were behind them though. So what is it again? You had
4-3-3. I changed my front three. I just changed my front three.
So Sterling,
Sancho on the left, Sancho or Rashford on the left.
Yeah.
Saka or Foden on the right. And then behind them, I would have Grealish or Mount if Foden's playing on the left, and if
Mm.
Saka's there, then Grealish and Foden, or Mount and Foden.
Oh yeah, so I'm thinking still in terms of 3-4-3. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, fair enough. But no, Sterling's just not. He's not as good a finisher as Kane either. So you're just not going
No,
to
he's
get as
not.
many
No,
goals.
he's
so,
not. He's not. But I think
So-
it's just more fluid.
Fair enough. All right, fair. Each their own. We'll
Yeah.
never know because I don't see it
We'll never
happening.
know.
But it's something worth experimenting on South Ballers. Like when we have our next
Exactly.
match, jeez, you
Exactly.
can try have like a smaller striker rather than like a target man. We'll see how effective that is. But
Exactly.
bro, it's been a pleasure
That was
discussing
extra
this stuff.
time.
That's the end of extra time. Make sure you tune in next week and check
Mm.
out our
What we do
weekly
here is go
predictions
back,
for
back,
Game Week
back, back,
27.
back, back, back,
And
back.
Exactly.
yeah.
Loud.